Let's move on to the National League East.
Do it.
And we're going to start at the bottom. We're going to talk about the Marlins. The Marlins, 62 and 100, in case you're wondering. Fifth place. Team ERA, 4.75. That's good enough for 29th in all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Team OPS, 678, 26th in Major League Baseball. The only thing that went right for them was the second half of Xavier Edwards. Because in the second half, he had a 328, 397, 423 line. That was across 70 games. 31 stolen bases, 35 attempts. That's killer. 39 runs scored with 26 RBIs. It was only one home run. But 12 doubles and 5 triples in 70 games. The last 70 games of the season. It's very, very, very cool for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they kind of went and had a fire sale at the deadline. They got rid of Jazz. They got rid of Josh Bell. Didn't they get rid of Brian De La Cruz too? I think they sent him off to the Pirates. Yeah, Brian De La Cruz is gone. Jorge Soler was gone in the offseason. Tim Anderson's gone, which,
forget about it. Nobody cares.
Yeah, it didn't go well.
It's not going to go well. That dude needs something to change in his life or something. I don't know.
I agree. Yeah.
He needs to get something right.
To not challenge Jose Ramirez.
Man, no kidding.
There's just not a whole lot went right for the Marlins. I mean, you talked about Xavier Edwards, but that's like it.
Yeah.
Jazz was good, but he's gone.
With.
Otto Lopez finished with the 2.6 WAR, but he still had an OPS plus of 87. So, there's a lot of problems on this team. The pitching, the offense, the defense has its spots, but I don't know.
Yeah, like we said, Tanner Scott, solid. Mm-hmm. Still a trade, though. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
it's kind of hard to find something to talk about, to be honest with you.
Honestly, this is the only thing I have to say about the Marlins. Unless their front office has some kind of plan to get them up and running and things head in the right direction the next year or two, they're going to look like this for a while. This is who they're going to be.
It needs to, whatever it is, needs to change, and it needs to change fast. All right, we're going to move on to the Nationals. The Nationals finished 71 and 91. That's fourth place in the NL East. Team ERA 4.30, 23rd overall in Major League Baseball. Team OPS 684, 25th in overall in Major League Baseball. It was not good. It's not a good season. It wasn't as bad as the Marlins, but only by a little. Like
the thing about the Nats,
just a little.
This is really the only thing I have to say about the Nats is that it didn't look good this year, but it wasn't as bad as it looks on paper. They have a lot of talent on that team. C.J. Abrams is a great player. They have some other young players on that team who are going to come around. They're going to develop. And I said earlier this year that I thought the Nats were a playoff team next year. I think looking at the way things are, where they stand, I think it's going to be 2026 before they're a playoff team. Just because of who they're going to have to go through to get there. But I think they have the potential to be 2026 when they make the playoffs. Because they've got, like I said, a bunch of young talent. Really, really young team. James Wood is only 21 years old.
Exactly.
Played in 79 games this year, 1.1 WAR. Had a 122 OPS plus, please. That's what I was trying to say, Brig.
Yeah. Luis Garcia, 24 years old, second base, right? 282 average overall in the regular season. That's fantastic. And not only that, but he had a 762 OPS and he posted a 2.2 WAR this year on a team that struggled. That came off the back of 70 RBIs, on base 318, and a team leading 141 hits. So he's pulling his weight. Jacob Young stole 33 bases.
Yeah,
That's
and
pretty
Lane
good.
Thomas was really good when he was with them. He was a good contributor, but I mean, obviously we know he's with Cleveland now. But But no, I think they have good pieces. I like the pieces they have in place, but they're a couple years away from really clicking and being a threat.
Yeah, they've got some pitching stuff that they need to fix too. I think their
Yes.
team, the pitcher, I'm looking at it. Mackenzie Gore leads the team in ERA, but it's at right under 4. It's a 3.9. So
But,
they've got some stuff. Go ahead.
But they're out of the Patrick Corbin contract.
They are.
That is done.
Yep, and Gore did strike out 181 batters over a full season. So not bad. He could develop into an ace. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We will have to see. He's 25, so we got some time. All right, moving on from the Nationals to your Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves finished 89 and 73, third place. Third place? Did I get that wrong?
They were
second place. Let's
they're
go to the
second,
Mets.
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Well, I mean, they tied. They had the same record. So,
Yeah, but technically they finished second, and the Mets finished third. Why does it stand like that? Anyway, let's talk about the Braves.
probably head to head.
Braves-
Let's look at head to head real quick because I'm sure that's the answer
There
that
you
we're
go.
looking for. Brig.
There you go.
So I'm gonna pull up head to head right quick, and the Braves
I got some here
edged
too.
the Mets 7-6.
Then let's talk about the Mets.
The Braves won 7. Okay, let's go talk about the
The
Mets.
Mets finished 89 and 73, third place technically. Team ERA was right at 15th Major League Baseball with a 3.96. Team OPS 734. That's 9th in Major League Baseball, and we knew they had offensive capability. Like that was not any question.
Well, they had the fourth
Obviously-
best OPS plus in the National League at 108, so it's not bad.
Yeah.
By that I mean that guy's that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. The problem was, like, on June 1st, they were way under 500. I think they were 9 or 10 or 11
Terrible
games
start
under
to the season.
500.
Terrible
Horrible.
start to the season. That's the problem. That they're on paper. I think we all knew that they were better. No, I shouldn't say that because I don't think the front office knew that either. To be honest
No.
with you.
No, I think you're
But
right.
Pete Alonso didn't have a good year. Francisco Lindor started out slow and is now an MVP candidate because he picked it up and just got better as the season
Dude.
went on.
We talked
Right?
about him crescendoing just constantly.
Yes, exactly right.
We can't forget about Grimace, and that was a big deal. After some big old fat tantrums that first month or so of the season, there was some serious infighting, and it got really ugly. They expected
some
more of
stuff.
themselves than they came out with, and then they started turning it around.
Yeah, and it was the Grimace.
Yeah.
The Grimace got them
Yep.
to the National League Championship Series. We did not think that would happen. We called it. I specifically called it cute. I believe in August and said it was going to run out, but it didn't.
You did.
The Grimace
you absolutely
train
did.
pressed.
Okay,
on.
I just pulled this up through May 18th. Okay, just to May 18th. Lindor was batting 195, 268, 362, and then he finished the season. Once he started off as the leadoff guy, he finished the season 33 home runs, 29 stolen bases, 107 runs scored, 91 knocked in, an 844 OPS, and that was 152 games once they moved him into the leadoff role.
So he didn't lead off for 10 games.
Yep. No, it was like a month.
You said 152 games in the leadoff spot.
Yeah.
So that was probably. So
Yeah.
I think he was leading off the entire time because he was injured for a short spell.
Yeah, that's what it was, maybe. Anyway, the point is, like, the dude pulled it out. From going from a 195 average, it's awesome.
To
To
finishing
33
at
home runs.
237.
Yeah.
1010. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong Francisco.
844 OPS. I was looking, I was like, what are you
273
talking
average.
about? I don't see that here. But
273 average, 138 OPS plus. That's the one
Yeah.
right there.
that's the one.
Slugging 500. That's pretty dang good. 33 homers, 91
Don't
RBI.
forget Mark Vientos. He led the team with a 327 average in the postseason, and in the regular season, I just clicked off of it. In the regular season,
266
Vientos
in the regular season.
266. Yep. But Francisco Lindor 273. Obviously, Pete Alonso 34 home runs. That's pretty good. Can't beat that. But I feel
That's
like
the thing
Pete
that's
Alonso
funny
was
is that
underwhelming.
he was. It was a down year for Pete Alonso with a 123 OPS plus, 240 average, 788 OPS, and 34 homers. But start to finish, it was like, that's not a Pete Alonso year, though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing that's crazy. Like, that's how good he is.
So
And somebody's
we have
going
to
be
move
getting
over to pitching
better than that.
because Sean Manaea turned everything around, and it was. I mean, did you see this coming?
Yes. I was
Sean
shocked
having this good a year.
I'm shocked he hasn't been this good, Brig. I love Sean Manaea.
I know, but I did because the fact the information that justifies you being not shocked. You're like, you knew it was going to be okay. I didn't. That's what I want to say.
The reason I knew it was going to be the reason I knew it was going to be okay was because I spent years watching Sean Manaea in the American League West.
You did.
But
this is still the best season. It's got to be one of the best seasons he's ever had. It's got to be. Now I have to look.
Let's find out. Let me pull it up. Okay.
You pull it up. Because this season, 181 and 2/3 innings, 200 inning plateau.
So this is his best career year for ERA. For a full season.
Okay. With 347.
Yeah, it was 347 because his other before this was 2018. He had a 359. The 2016 had 386. In 2021 he was 391. And then after that, other than that, he's above. He's +4. And then home runs. This is his third best season as far as giving up. I guess he gave up more home runs, but he also pitched more this year. So I'm gonna throw that one out the window. But second most in strikeouts. 2021 he had 194. This year he had 184, and he pitched 2 more innings this year than he did then. But he's also a little bit older. How about this? Home runs per 9. He was at 1 home run per 9 this year. In 2017, he was 1 as well. In 2019, he was 0.9. So,
ooh, just right there.
What about his whip? Right there. So,
what about look at his whip? Because this year he had a 1.08 whip.
Okay, so in 2019, I should throw 2019 out. He only pitched 5 games. Okay, let's take 2019 out of there. 2018 though. He did pitch 27 games. In 2018, he had a 1.077 whip. Other than that, like that's his best ever. Then this year, the 1.084 is his next best. And then 1.189 over 25 games in 2016. So, yes, this is one of his best career years. But
yeah,
I feel like, I should say I didn't expect him to be this good, but I knew he was really, really good because I've seen his stuff. Okay?
Right.
Let me hedge.
It was a surprise to me, and maybe I'm not alone, but it was a surprise. A surprise to me. Severino also had a great year, way better than he's had in a long time, I feel like. And that's exciting. It's good for him. 30 games. He's not spectacular, but he still had a 3.91 ERA. Can't beat that. Not for a guy in his aging self. How old is he? Now that I want to know.
He's 30.
Yeah, he's getting there.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right, let's. We got to talk about the Braves. They did finish just ahead of the Mets. They were 89 and 73 as well. Second place. Team ERA 3.49, number 1 in Major League Baseball. Team OPS 724, number 12 in Major League Baseball. A lot of things went really, really bad and completely out of their control for the Braves this year. But
that's what I was going to say.
Everything that went wrong and they still were able to be this successful is nothing but a testament to their system, their general manager, front office, the everything. It's just absolutely mind-boggling.
Yes.
They had no business being this good. None.
If they had a star, he got hurt at some point this season and missed significant time. That's pretty much how it went for the Braves. And good for them for getting to the point where, I mean, it came down to the last day of the season for them to make the playoffs. Like, that's how tight things were in the National League. But at the same time, though, like, the fact that they were even there and able to get there, to me, was enormous.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Like, that's really what it comes down to with the Braves, is they overcame so much this year. You get back Acuna, you get back Strider, you have a healthy Albies. Like, I think that team's going to be really, really good and right back there next year.
Well, and you add that to a killer Marcell Ozuna from 2024, who DH'd with a 302 average, 39 home runs, 104 RBIs, 378 OPS, or OBP, I'm sorry, and 183 total hits. He posted a 4.3 WAR at DH this year. Like,
154 OPS plus.
He just needs a little bit of help, and everything's going to be fine in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And then you've got Chris Sale, Cy Young candidate, 2.38 ERA, 18 wins, 225 strikeouts. Forget about it.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
So Max Fried, I believe he's going to be a free agent. Let me double check. Yes, he's going to be a free agent. So there's a chance that he could be gone. They could be missing him. But to get Strider back, I don't think that's going to be as big of a deal. You get a healthy Ronaldo Lopez. I'm just going to double check to make sure that he's going to be. Yeah, he'll be back. Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton is a free agent.
But I'm saying if you get him back, if you can get him back.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to come back. He's awesome. 40. I think he might be retiring, actually.
You think so?
I wouldn't be surprised. So we're going to get to the Phillies in just a minute. But the fact that the Braves were decimated with injuries and only finished 6 games behind the Phillies.
Yeah.
This is a pretty good year.
It's unbelievable.
Because they very well could have been
about
below
the
Phillies, Mets and a mess.
Let's talk about the Phillies. They finished first in the NL East with a 95-67 win-loss record. They finished 11th in Major League Baseball team ERA, 3.86, 7.50 team OPS. That's 5th overall in Major League Baseball. Schwarber killed it offensively. They killed it with stolen bases, and they scored a bunch of runs. Their WRC plus was killer. I think they were top 10 in the across Major League Baseball with WRC plus.
They finished fourth in the National League in stolen bases with 148, and caught stealing. They only got caught stealing 30 times out of all that, which is pretty good considering.
That's great. Brother Harper hit 285, 373, 525 with an 898 OPS, and he posted a 4.8 WAR on the season. What is he, 32? He's about to turn 33 or something like that.
He's 32. Just turned 30. Just turned 32.
Turned 32?
That OPS plus was up at 149.
149?
Yeah, so that's 49% higher than the average major leaguer, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
So good. And he led the league, Brig, with 11 intentional walks. They didn't want to pitch to him. They're scared of him.
Yeah, no. Now, this is not to be outdone by Trey Turner, who led the team in average at 295, baby. Kyle Schwarber, 38 home runs, 104 RBIs, as said, from the DH, principally a DH this season. So,
and led the league in walks.
Did Trey Turner? Yeah, Trey Turner stole 19. Bryson Stott stole 32 bags this year. That's fantastic. This was an aggressive, hustle, beer drinking, barroom brawling team again, and I liked it a lot. I was shocked
that is what they
got
feel like.
Knocked off.
I was
really
too.
Shocked they didn't go deeper.
Actually, and this is the thing. You have to talk if you're going to talk about the Phillies. You have to talk about their slump in August. They were a terrible baseball team in August. Like,
Yeah.
just could not sort it out. And everybody was slumping at the same time. Like, everybody's going to go through slumps during the season, but the problem is when everybody goes through it at the exact same time, which is the problem they ran into. They were 33-33 in the second half. And I think that, and part of that problem was, I think their pitching got worn out. They pitched their starting pitchers right into the ground. And, and you see it every year. There are teams that run their starting pitchers in the ground. There are teams that run their bullpens into the ground. Their bullpens are gassed by the time you get to September. That's Seattle every year.
Right. Well, and Taijuan Walker just fell off a cliff.
Right.
Just nothing out of him.
And so I feel like that was the problem they ran into in the postseason, was just that the pitching just wasn't there anymore. They were just too tired to be able to do what they needed to do. The offense, I don't think recovered enough to be the elite Phillies anymore. That they were an above-average team at best by the time the playoffs rolled around. And who they could beat most teams in the playoffs, probably, maybe, but they were not the juggernaut that we saw early in the season when it was like, there's no stopping these guys. And yes, there were concerns about their strength of schedule early in the season.
Yeah.
But you can only play who's in front of you, and if you're winning the games you're supposed to win, then that's what's important, right?
Yep.
So, I don't know. It's interesting to look at this Phillies team with the way they fell off in the second half and be like, yeah, they won the division by 6 games, but a healthy Braves team is closer than that. A Mets team that didn't start horribly is closer than that. And if you look at the standings, let me get back to them real quick, 95 and 67. The Brewers are right there behind them.
Yep.
The Phillies are right there behind them.
The Phillies are
any other division they might have had some pressure
Phillies
put on them that they may have run into problems late.
Their bullpen was ranked 14th, and do you remember when they could not find a closer to save their life? Like, they just didn't have any reliable ninth inning guy closer.
Yeah.
And then their defense, like, I don't have the statistic in front of me, but just the eye test alone felt like their defense was really struggling. I'm looking it up right now. Defensive WAR, highest defensive WAR was JT Realmuto with a 1.3, 1.2 Bryson Stott, and everybody. And then Edmundo Sosa, 1.0. Everybody else is sub 1 just in defensive WAR. Like, they really struggled.
And you expect Realmuto to be right there too.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's declining. Don't you agree? That
I do think so, and he missed significant time with that knee injury too.
Yeah.
So that's a problem because that's going to be hard. I don't know, but
it's tough.
I think you give this Phillies. I think you give this Phillies team one more chance to get back to it, because you look at that one bad stretch and be like, that's not who this team was.
Yeah.
But if you think that's who this team was, then you blow it up now. But if you can't get it figured out next year, if you don't make the deep run next year, I think that's when you blow it up for sure. I think they're on the break.
We're going to know by spring training, we're going to know. But I hope we know way before that. I hope we know by Feb 1 what they're going to feel about it, because they'll have made the deals they needed to make. That would be ideal. We'll know by then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Baseball family, tell us what you think. Which team in the East divisions, the Eastern divisions, National and American League, did you have the most faith in and were disappointed by? Or have the least amount of faith in and were surprised by? Who are you excited to see this next season? And what moves do you think need to be made? Like, sound off in the comments and let us know what you think, because we have a bunch of questions. There are a bunch of question marks on these standings right now.